Are you having a lovely day? Welcome to the next episode of My Moti. I'm Mulai Muni. Kama kawaida, let's talk cars. From the hottest rides to the flyest rides, not forgetting functionality and affordability. Shout out to Motor Hub for providing me this big boss to review today. Today we'll be reviewing a larger car, or have you, a larger SUV. This is the Land Rover Range Rover Autobiography Vogue 2013. Najua kuna wenye hawezi sema Land Rover, Range Rover, yellow lorry, green lorry. But what we have here is the Land Rover Range Rover Autobiography Vogue 2013. It comes in a light gold shade. It is a V8 engine. So kale ka ukenya fulani ka uo mse anaendesha V8. V8 ni engine type. Sio gari, now you know. So this is 4.4 diesel. And before I go into the intricacies and into detail about what's under the hood, let's have a look at the exterior on the outside. I'll give my first impressions before I do a deep dive into what's under the hood. I love how large it is. It is a big car in terms of even the front grille is very massive. I love the LED lights. Even the footlights are LED, and they have a range of 500 meters, which is really great for driving at night. And in terms of the sensors down here, that are all sensors around the front. These are 22-inch rims. I like the fact that they're blacked out. I like the contrast in terms of the light gold and the black. It gives it a very sleek, expensive look. The blinker is very, how can I say, simple, elegant, and it does its job. The side blinkers are a plus on the side mirrors. This car has retracting footsteps just in case for an easier get inside. This is quite lovely. It's nice, especially if you're trying to get into a high SUV. So around the back, I love the grandness of it. It is a large SUV with a big with a big behind. So I like the fact that it has a double exhaust. If you look down low, there they are. You can tell that they're not artificial. And here we have other sensors around the back to keep you additionally safe. So here we have a camera at the rear, which will help you reverse, also to be able to check your surroundings while reversing, and in case of anything else. So since we are here, let's check out the boot. The boot is electronic. What I like about this 2014 Autobiography range is this tailgate here, which has a button. You can have your picnic set up here. You can also have a seat here. You can also set up, let's say, your foods and etc. here, although I don't encourage that, food in the car, nope. So as you can see, it can handle my weight comfortably, and the boot space is large. A whole person can fit in here. Quite comfortable actually, not so bad. I know that there is the 7-seater option, which has small jump seats, as you can see, and I think that it would fit children best. But this is actually quite nice. Very large and spacey actually. So you can go and come back. It's finally time to have a look under what's under the hood of this big boss Land Rover Range Rover Vogue 2013. Here we go. So what we have here is a 4.4 liter engine, V8 8-cylinder. It has a torque of 700 Nm and a horsepower of 335 with a top speed of 240 from 0 to 100 in 7 seconds. This has also a Triptronic paddle shift, which allows the driver to shift gears in manual. using a torque converter instead of a clutch. This also comes in a 5.0 petrol engine, which is supercharged, so it's much bigger, which also has a horsepower of 461 Nm. So both versions are quite nice, but this is diesel right here. So it is time to go inside. Let's close that and head inside and see what the interior of this Vogue 2013 has. I like the retractable footstep. It makes easy going in for people like me. And also, just to note, you're not supposed to bang this door. You do this slightly and it locks itself. So first impressions of the interior, I really like it in terms it's very classy, clean. I like the mix of the leather, the beige leather here with the black and the mahogany type wood effect here. It's very classy and very bespoke. I also like the feel of the steering. It's not too thick. It's just right for my type of hands. In terms of everything around, very nice. The aluminum touch points are very soft and smooth. You gotta appreciate how these seats are very executive. They feel really quite nice. And the armrest is actually large enough for two people to have their arms both here and not touch. So we're gonna open the armrest up. What I have here is a charging point where I can charge my phone. I can actually place two phones here. And underneath this, we have a cooling box, which is about 1.5 liters. So I can put my cool drinks here or snacks, which I really like. And we also have the cigarette lighter right there. It's quite neat, quite nice. It doesn't get into the way. I have some extra storage here where I have two cup holders and another lighter, which is quite nice. So let's put on the car. This has a keyless entry, and when I mean keyless, we have the start engine, stop engine button right here. All I have to do, so long as the key is inside the car, is press start. Now, that's the sound of a machine. I like how it purrs. As you can see, the spacing between me and the brakes and everything is quite far. This would be suitable for a person who is even taller than me. But since niko venye niko, let's change the seats. This has power seats. That's a really good thing. It's a big plus. So let's shift it so it's right for me. So the power seats are most top range autobiographies will have power seats. Most luxury SUVs will also have power seats. So that's a big plus. They're movable in a lot of different directions. This is memory enabled, so you and your significant other can hit memory. The first one and the second one, it even has a third option, which is on the passenger door and the driver's door. And you can lock it in should you want. All the seats in this car are heated, so the passengers also have the opportunity to have their seats heated. That is actually quite a plus. Most cars don't have that. So I'm going to open my beautiful panoramic sunroof that gives you direct light inside, which you can close or open or put a visor in between. I'll press here to open up the sunroof, as you can see. Quite impressive. This gives it a lot of natural light and just adds to that air of classiness, gives you the outside inside feel with lots of air flowing inside your car. But it does have a small net here at the top to stop excess air coming in. You can close up the pane at the top hitting this button right here. Voila! So you still have the feature of being inside outside with the light, but without the excess wind or direct sunlight, which is a real plus. Another thing that I really liked about this car is the fact that it has double visors right here. One that I can turn to the side in case there's sunlight coming from that direction, and another that I can still put down. So I have double protections on both sides. And since I'm a lady, I like the mirror placement is quite nice. The mirror lights up when you open it up, which is quite nice as well. So you can do your makeup, check whatever it is that you're counter checking. In this car, I have two displays. I have my dedicated one, which is right here. And we have another one which also acts as the infotainment screen, which is touch screen. It's very easy to use. It also has your infotainment. So you have the audio, video, on-road navigation, phone call. So in the extra features, we have ambient lighting, which we can change from a cool version to a hotter version to a brighter version. I don't know if you can see it here on the screen. And finally, a very full type light setting. So I'm going to bring it back down. No one wants full lights on the interior of their car. And then we're going to go back home. And also in the extra features, let's see what we have here. We still have the 4x4 eye, ambient lighting. Cameras has its dedicated icon button. Let's click on that, see what it has. So what I have is a surround view of everything around me, from the rear, the front, and the back, and the sides as well. Those are the cameras that I had showed you on the exterior, which is really nice. It shows us the proximity. So clearly, currently I don't have anything that is within my proximity. To go back, I can press that button right there. Special views. Under special views, we have the curb view, junction view, and trailer view, which gives me honestly a very good idea of what's behind me. However, I wish the cameras were a bit clearer. It doesn't have that distinction that it would have needed. We have our standard icons that are usually in every car. However, for the climate, you have to understand, for the Range Rover Sport Vogue 2013, the climate is individualized for the front two seats, which is a real plus. So here we have our gear knob, which I can turn the car from park, reverse, neutral, drive. So all I have to do is do that. And the car is in reverse, which is displayed here for me to see. Neutral, drive. So very easy to use. Remember, this is a ZF engine, which is a Triptronic paddle shift, which connects to the torque converter instead of the clutch. I can shift the gears by pressing the minus and the plus right here on my steering, which is amazing. However, if you don't understand manual cars, I think you should just stick to auto. So here we have auto. If I click it out, I now have different options. This is the one that I'm currently in, but with the Range Rover Sport, because it's designed for off-road, it has the snow option if I'm moving through snow, if I have water, if I have sand and rocky terrain, which is a real plus. On top of that, we have a button that assists you while you're going downhill. So it will reduce the amount of fuel and the amount of power the car needs and the braking. So it really assists you in that. On top of that, it has something that increases the traction or removes the traction here. Then we have our buttons to raise the car and to lower it. If you're lowering the car, you would lower it because of, for example, you want people to get inside, so it's quite comfortable, or if you're going somewhere that requires a higher clearance. So basically, this car is the ultimate off-road SUV. And this is why the Range Rover is one of the best-selling cars in Britain since 2005. So it's time to jump in the back to see the leg space, to see if it has cup holders, chargers, or is this just a driver-centric car? So we need to determine that. So tupatane pale nyuma ya tent. The leg space is quite nice. It actually is quite comfortable back here. Let's see each other in 30 minutes. Let me just take a quick nap. It is actually quite comfortable. Even the middle seat here, you can sit comfortably without having that weird awkward mound that is here in the middle in most cars. So they have flattened it out. But the biggest plus here at the back is the two screens that are here and here. So you have an infotainment going on. We also have a sound system that is here and a climate control for the back two seats and ports to connect my devices for music and a charging point and also a cigarette lighter at the back, which is really awesome. Jumping back to my previous position, in the middle, if we're just two people, we have an armrest that pops out here. So here I have two cup holders for the people at the back. So let's put that back up. So there was something I've actually noticed with the Range Rover. The side door compartment is quite small and it's quite squeezed. If you have something that is very large, it will not fit in, but at least they have some storage space at the back of the passenger seat and the driver's seat. If you haven't noticed, the panoramic sunroof extends all the way to the back. So this is truly a luxury car in terms of it takes care of all its passengers. Look at the view. You can see the sky, so much natural light that just makes you feel like $1 billion. So if you're the big boss with the big car, everything here is sorted. Infotainment, check. Leg space, check. Climate control, check. Comfortability, check. Big boss moves. So it's about time that we take this big boss on the road to see what it can do, what expectations we have, and just generally have a feel of the car on the road. Basically, what I like about this Range Rover, very good handling in terms of corners. It is a family size SUV all in all. It's great off-road and on the road. The peak is amazing. In terms of power and stability, this is a very nice car. Remember, its carb weight is about 2,300 kgs. So the handling of the steering is quite good. This is my MOT, and only on my MOT do we test the car's full capabilities. So I have my Land Rover Range Rover Vogue 2013 and I've brought it to an off-road situation to see how it's able to perform. Let's see what this baby can do. So let's go. My final thoughts on this car: if you like a car with a big engine, but remember, a lot of horsepower comes at a cost. That means lots of fuel. But remember, this is a family car and this can have your ins and outs from town to upcountry, off-road, be it Mombasa, wherever you want. So if you're looking for an ultimate luxurious SUV, the Range Rover Vogue 2013 is your stop. This has been a thrilling drive on my MOT, and this has been an amazing Land Rover Range Rover Autobiography Vogue 2013 ride. So let's ride into the future. Let's see more reviews, hottest, flyest rides right here on My Moti. I'm Mulai Mooney. If you want this off-road big boss, head down to Moto Hub. It's only 8.7 million. Family ride, off-road ride, on-road ride, still classy, sassy, but a beast on every single terrain. Follow us on our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at My Moti Car Show. Remember to subscribe on our YouTube channel, which is My Moti Car Show, and hit the bell for notifications. See you next time to check Yana Wase.